This podcast is intended for adults 18 years and older. It contains explicit language and sexual situations. All thoughts and opinions expressed are of our own and not of those of any specific group, employer, or individual, and is not intended to take as professional advice.
Welcome to the Foreplay Podcast. Join the journey, experiences, and sexual adventures of two high school sweethearts navigating through the swinging lifestyle as millennials. Come along for the ride. Dare to play?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foreplay Podcast. This is Bella.
This is Jase.
We recently did a podcast episode where Jase asked questions that men in the lifestyle wanted to know about women in the lifestyle. So we are doing the opposite of that today. So I have some questions that I think women might have for men in the lifestyle. And we'll go off first with disclaimer. Obviously, answers aren't going to be for all men, and these aren't all questions that all women have. So he can't speak for everybody, but just it's a good kind of way to get an idea, right?
Yeah. And also, if I have an opinion that I think I've taught to guys and they have a different opinion than me, I'll say how I feel, but also tell you, but based off of what I've taught to people about, they maybe don't agree with that or feel different.
Okay, so I have some questions
I'm
here.
so excited for this, actually.
I've
been wondering, we know we were going to film this for a few weeks, and I've just been wondering what the questions are going to be. Like, I've been looking forward to this.
Okay, my first question is, so this is like interview style. My first question for Jase as a man in the lifestyle is, so how do men want women to flirt with them? Is it like subtle hints or do men more like direct approaches? And how can we give or signal like an okay to let other men know that they can start to flirt?
So at all, any flirting is great. No, but I feel like, so I guess like the first part of that question, I feel like most men would at least agree to an extent with this first part. I think that starting with some sort of verbal flirting is always nice. Whether it's like a bantery type of flirting, whether it's telling you you're good looking type flirting, whatever that flirting may look like to whatever that woman is.
So letting them know that they're wanted? Is that what you kind of mean, like, first of all?
It could be wanted. I mean, that could be kind of forward, but I mean, it could tell, like, even like complimenting you, like, oh, your outfit looks so good, or like, to me, right? Or whatever it is. That's feel like if you say, oh, wow, like, I love your theme outfit tonight. I don't feel like that makes me feel like wanted per se, compared to saying something like, you're so hot, I want to fuck you. Like, that's more,
Well, that's a very direct. When I'm saying, like, wanted, what kind of compliment do men like to hear?
This is one I really don't know for all men. Me, I like when someone just has like any sort of like flirty banter with me. Whether that is something that is telling me something direct, like I had a girl that told me she wanted to suck my soul out one time. That's hot, that's flirty, that's fun. But I like when a girl tells me, ooh, your theme outfit looks so good tonight, you look so good in it, whatever it is. Like, it can be something light or anything, but I do like something like that. But I also like the physicality of flirting from women as well. Sometimes I feel like I will start to dance with women, but sometimes women will kind of dance on me or touch me on my hip or like my lower back or whatever it is when I'm talking to them. I also normally do that, but I like when women do that as well. So when people kind of pull you in close to talk and will like hold you around, your hip or lower back or waist or wherever it really is, that's to me like my favorite way of being flirted with is kind of that combination of those two. So the words plus the touching. I feel like lots of men would like the touching the most. I might be a little bit different there, like liking both of them, but I'm sure most men like both of them to at least an extent. And I feel like for men to kind of feel that more safety in taking that next step of being more touchy, to me, when I am touched, that's when I start to feel like maybe it's a better place for me to do that. So when I'm leaning in and talking to you and you're like grabbing me, I'm probably going to start like touching you as well. So that to me makes it feel like, okay, you're at least somewhat interested in me because you're like touching me in a place that I feel like you wouldn't really need to, right? If you want someone's attention, you touch them on the arm. That feels very different than when you hold my waist or my lower back or, whatever it may be. So does that answer that?
Yeah, sounds like a mix of both, but we still don't know what kind of things you like to hear. Is it direct more, or is it, when I say, do you want to let you know that you're wanted, as in a way of, I find you attractive, that kind of thing, not like, oh, I want to fuck you right now.
So I do feel like more direct is
Okay.
better, because I think when you know direct, there's no question in your head.
Well, direct in what sense? Direct in, I find you attractive, direct in, I think you're sexy, or direct in, I think that being direct, I want to suck your dick right now. Like, I think that would be way too direct.
I think at the beginning, the things of telling you you're attractive or you're sexy or how good you look, but then later on, as that flirting continues, directness of like, I've had women say like, I want to fuck you before, or stuff like that. Like, I think that's really hot. I haven't had women do that all the time. Once we're in a play type session or something, I feel like it's way more common where people are like, I want you to fuck me, I want like all of that. But I love when somebody tells me they want to suck my dick whenever we're out in the middle of the dance floor or something like that. Like, not on the dance floor per se, but you know what I'm saying? Like, be like, oh, I want to fuck you. Like, I want to fuck you now, or whatever the fuck it is. I do like that directness, but I feel like it should build up. But I think that when it is more direct in any sense, where like, you're sexy, you're good looking, your outfit, whatever it is, when it is more direct, I feel like that gives me that, once again, okay, this is a safer place for me to flirt and make sure that a woman is feeling comfortable, because I think that's where most guys, I'm assuming, at least me especially, I just want to make sure that the woman that I am flirting with or whatever feels comfortable. And so when a woman makes it apparent that they do want that, that's when it makes me feel extra safer. Like, I know I'm good to continue to flirt because I know that you want me to do that. And so we're trying to put women's feelings of safety and comfort in the forefront of our minds. And when you do those things, that's what makes me feel that you are safe and you want me to continue on flirting with you.
I feel in the lifestyle that is a typical overview of how men feel. As a woman, I do feel like it's more difficult to have men flirt with me first. And I think it makes sense with what you're saying, is they just want to know it's okay. Mm-hmm. So I think if we not even do the first move, right? Like, it's not really doing that much of a move of giving a compliment or making somebody feel good. But I do like that they're waiting for that okay, and now we get a little bit of a better idea of what that okay could look like.
Yeah, and I said, really, even a small thing, like, specifically, I'm thinking on this last Temptation cruise we went on, a girl I was really into, when we were talking at the pool, we were talking the night before, we had flirted, but nothing really much. But the next day, she was topless, and I was like, I don't want to get like too close or anything if she doesn't want me to flirt with her. Like, I'm saying kind of flirty words, but when we were talking at the pool, she like pulled me in close and like touched my back, and then I started doing that to her. And so like that, at that point, like, even that one touch, to me, it felt like, okay, my thoughts of like her words did seem like maybe a little flirty here and there, but like, I'm not sure. That touch, like, I feel like made it feel like, oh, okay, then yes, she wants this. And then when I touch her and you don't pull away at all, right? Because also think,
Yeah,
right?
I was about to ask
if
about,
you
like,
touch
pulling
somebody
away.
and they pull away, to me, that's a pretty big sign that, okay, you don't want me touching you, and maybe I misread you're touching me or whatever it is. I think there's no harm, no foul there, because clearly you're respecting that at that point. But when they keep leading into you, or your hand stays there and it's clearly fine, that I think also gives you that signal that makes you feel like, okay, now I can proceed with flirting, making sure that they feel safe in that sense.
And when we're saying touching, we're talking about like lightly, like touching, and not holding in a sense where you're like tightly holding who you would more so hold your partner.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a different type of physical touch when it comes to flirting with people. So definitely keep that in mind. It's not like a holding on and grabbing and groping. Like, that is an absolute
It's different. And it can build too, right? Like, where you're touching someone's waist, but then like, maybe when you're dancing, you're flirting, you touch their ass. Like, but it builds too, so.
This one kind of goes off of the same thing, but do you usually wait for the woman to make the first move, or do you take the lead? And I said, what does that first move look like? But I think we already touched on it. So
I feel like I will take the lead to an extent, but generally not physically. So I will take the lead to an extent with being flirty with my words.
Yes.
Or compliments when it comes to like how good somebody looks. Or like, I do, when I flirt a lot of time, like kind of like tease people a little bit in that kind of banter type sense. And so I feel like I do often lead with words, and a lot of the time it is reciprocated with more words or being touched. And then I proceed into more of the physical touch along with the words. So sometimes women are just super forward. And before I even have a chance to flirt, they are flirting with me, and then it just moves that way. But if there's someone I'm into, I feel like as a guy, personally, I feel like it's not my responsibility, but I like being in charge in flirting in that sense. And I don't know if it's because like even between me and you, like I'm more dominant with you, right? And I feel like that's how our
Like
relationship
sexual
goes. And so I
chemistry
feel
is,
like flirting, I also feel that way. Like I love when a woman flirts with me, but it feels more out of character. Whereas I feel like I like to be the one who normally flirts first. And so I normally start with words. But does that answer that? I think it does, right?
I think that is a good overview of that too. I do think most women want to kind of have a move put on them first, and it doesn't have to be physical. Like definitely even just a verbal, could be bantery or whatever it is. But I think having that done by the man first, I think will make the woman feel, not make, but it'll give that push to kind of want to reciprocate that kind of flirting or not. I think most women do want the other person to take charge more so.
Yeah, but I do think what you said at that last point was a little touch or some nice word. I think for a lot of men will maybe some men aren't like me and won't even like be super flirty until they feel something to be respectful. So I think even that one thing of, oh, your outfit looks great or you look really good or like whatever that is, I think that little thing might even trigger most men to be like, okay, I'm going to start flirting with words now or whatever.
I will say we're talking about outfits a lot. I think that is more a you and me thing. I think because
I get comment my outfits all the time.
Well, I know because
so maybe you guys should wear better outfits. No,
I mean, honestly though, so we have a friend who we've known him for a really long time, like first Temptation cruise ever, and then he started dressing more like Jase when it comes to the theme outfits, which is more slutty basically, and he's like, this is the key. Like dressing like this, like women love it. And that really is like when I see like there's another guy in our foreplay group, he kind of does the same kind of thing. I swear it just is something different because you look different than every other guy there too.
The sluttier I dress, the more women flirt with me. And that's been like an ongoing thing that I've noticed. And every other guy that I told, I was like, I like to dress slutty because I like how I feel in it. Like I feel sexy when I dress slutty. But I also do love how women flirt with me when I'm also dressed slutty. And every guy that I've known that has kind of transitioned into more slutty stuff, they always tell me the same thing. They're like, it's just different.
It's like slutty in a masculine way though. Like it's masculine, but at the same time, like not. Like, I don't know. There's like if you look up like circuit party outfits, it's a lot of that kind of look, and then put it to whatever theme it is, and it's so fun. Anyways, so I don't know if like most guys want to be complimented on their outfits. That's all I'm saying. I think because Jase is saying it a lot, but I think
it's because I like my outfits and I'm proud of my outfits.
Yeah.
But I think this is the other truth. I think a man will take a compliment from a woman on anything.
Really?
Whatever it is, I don't think it matters. I don't really care about my eyelashes, but if a woman told me, oh my God, your eyelashes are so long, yes, for sure I'm into it. Whatever it is that you tell me that looks nice about me,
Aww.
I would be like, great.
I've heard that like just even in like vanilla life, like because men don't get complimented that much by women, that literally any little thing like that, like it sticks with them.
It does. I can tell you, like once it got into the lifestyle, I do get complimented like fairly often. But I can remember like before I got into that, before I became like a more confident version of myself, there was like 2 or 3 times that people complimented me like growing up in my life, and I still remember those things from women complimenting me that like aren't a parent or something, you know, or like a friend's parent. Like
Yeah.
when a girl compliments you, it sticks with you. At least for me, it did. And so I think that, like I said, it sounds like a joke, but like I think like any compliment or any like nice word like that, I think does stick with men more because
it doesn't happen
often,
often, which is sad. Like we should be complimenting men more often.
Yeah, but it's also become this sad thing where it's
true.
almost hard for men to compliment women at some points because so many men just catcall women, and it's like, I'm not trying to hit on you because I compliment you. And now that's become like a thing in society where it's like, oh, you look so good, your outfit looks great, I have a boyfriend. I'm just trying to tell you that you look cute, and it's just a little nice compliment. But like I think it's become this both ways it's hard.
Same thing with the other way around, where especially in normal vanilla everyday life, like lifestyle is different because people in the lifestyle are more respectful, so it's like automatically like it doesn't count for that. But in normal life, like women, like we do feel more of a threat whenever if we give a compliment. Like we don't want that other person or that guy usually to take it in the wrong way and to think that we're like trying to hit on them. And so I think like maybe that's probably, honestly, that probably is why it doesn't happen that often, because it really is a scary thing to be.
And that's so sad.
It is.
Because like it's like difficult, at least on a guy like my part, where it's like I just like trying to tell you that you look nice. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any sense. It's just like your shoes are awesome. Your hair is pretty. Like it's
Well,
just trying to be. But I understand where you're coming from, because I can see how it would come off threatening, or like I'm trying to hit on you, or
No. I'm saying that whenever we give a compliment to a guy, they could take it as, oh, she wants me. Like she's hitting on me.
oh, that's
what I'm saying.
sad too.
Yeah.
I just wish we could compliment people, and it's just like it's just being nice. It's
Yeah,
just
like
being
when girls
nice.
compliment each other.
Yeah, it's just like, and that's all I try to do when I'm complimenting somebody. And like, yes,
But
I mean, at some point in
yeah.
the lifestyle, it becomes different, right? If
Yeah.
you're trying to flirt, but to me, there's a very big difference between me holding you on your waist and telling you your outfit looks sexy, compared to me telling you like, oh my God, your teeth are so pretty. Like I like teeth a lot, right? Like it's.
But your compliments they're not threatening, right? Like you're like, oh my, you look so good in your shoes. Like you look so good in that outfit. Like those aren't like threatening things. Like even out in like normal everyday life. But to me, I'm thinking if I see a good looking guy in vanilla life, and I want to let him know he's handsome, well, first thing I'm thinking is like, well, is he gonna think that I want him? Because I mean if he was in a lifestyle, okay, maybe. But like out in normal life, like I don't know. And then so there's that thing, but then also like, oh, like does he have a girlfriend? Like I don't want to be like overstepping boundaries on whatever they have. So I think that that's like another thing too. I mean, this is kind of going off a tangent of like what this podcast is, but I think that's probably why men don't get complimented as much too. And then so whenever they are complimented, it sticks in their head more because it doesn't happen often, because of the reason why it doesn't happen very often.
I do think it's sad too, though, because I do think
It
that
is sad, yeah.
a lot of time with men, it's like, oh, why would she compliment me if she doesn't like me? Because you don't get complimented often, so it must be for a reason. You know what I mean? It's like I can see like
That's
why
crazy,
guys think
yeah.
that way, but I also think it's in the way that you deliver what you're complimenting. I know that there was vanilla friends that we had. I was like, oh my God, your boobs look so cute, and like they'd be like, oh my God, thank you so much, and like that's.
I'm telling you, it's different for you because you were like one of the girls. Like you're.
Just it's also like how you deliver it, and like the type of energy you have around people. I
Yeah,
think it
it's
all
just-
just like depends.
Yeah, it's definitely like your overall aura, like because you're not a threatening person. Like you feel comfortable to be around. But I would say that like when someone has like a very like the alpha male presence, like I mean you don't want that. Like I don't want somebody with that presence to tell me that my boobs look good in my shirt, you know,
Yeah.
like or whatever it is. Like it feels like completely different. But when it's like somebody who isn't like that, like it's like, oh my God, thank you so much, you know.
It's
So
just sad
like-
because like I said, it sucks that like knowing like I love being in the lifestyle, and most of our communication people are in the lifestyle, so I know I can compliment people. But it is true, like I find myself not complimenting people in vanilla spaces very often, because unless it's a guy, because like I don't want a woman to feel threatened or whatever.
Yeah.
Like and like it's the furthest thing from my intention. But like I don't want a woman to feel that way, and I understand like why they would, and that just sucks because listen, I'm not trying to hit on you, right? Like I'm just trying to tell you something, because I know when you get compliments, it makes you feel good. Everybody loves a compliment. Like they just do, right? Like if it's a genuine compliment that has something, there's no underlying reason beside it. It's just a nice thing. It's just a compliment. That's it. And that sucks. That's just been like
I know.
taken. And I see why on
Society.
everyone's part. I see why women feel that way. I see why men feel that way. I see why men don't do. I see why everyone
Yeah.
feels the way they do, and it just sucks because it could just be such a great thing to be able to incorporate, but we just can't.
But at least we're all in the lifestyle, and it is like a different world and like a more like very different. It's a respectful place, and I don't feel like that. Like so,
Yes.
it's nice that we have our space.
Yes,
you know,
I love
like,
being
as
able to
in the
flirt
li-
and compliment.
Yes.
So yes.
So the next question
What's the next
is,
one?
This podcast is brought to you by us, Bella and Jase. If you're going on a vacation or maybe you have a gift that you want to give your other lifestyle friends and you're looking for lifestyle clothing, we have the best apparel on the market for you. We have not only clothing, bikinis, swimsuits, we have backpacks, tumblers, cups, anything that you can name, we probably have it. You can find that at foreplay.com/shop.
Let's say you're at a party, you're going on vacation, things are moving a little bit slow. Maybe you want some conversation to flow. Maybe you want to move stuff towards play. Well, we have the perfect game for you. It's called Foreplay the Game. It is a digital and physical lifestyle icebreaker game, and you can find out all about it at foreplay.com/games. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com/games.
If you don't have a lifestyle vacation planned, a resort or a cruise planned, why not? You can join us. You can find that at foreplay.com/playcation. We have not only information about the events and trips that we'll be on this year, but also other options for you as well. And it doesn't cost any extra for you to book through our links, but helps us a lot, helps us continue to be able to make this type of content for you. Now back to the show.
The next question is, what is the best blowjob technique and what should we not do?
Like when it's super teethy, that's not ideal. That kind of like it's a little sensitive. So teethiness, I don't like when people are like super rough. Like super rough. Like, I mean, I like some roughness, but not super rough. So all of my favorite blowjobs generally have the same few things involved in them. So yeah, it's usually sucking dick, not being like super teethy, I guess, but it's...
Be honest. Just stop beating around the bush.
No,
Just
I'm
say
not.
it.
I'm trying to think about it. It's literally beating around the bush. No, but I like when it's mouth with hands like combined, or maybe if it's just mouth, it's like touching the balls while giving head. But generally what feels the best to me is a blowjob where you're like almost giving a hand job while a blowjob and going up and down together. I like whenever people like will suck in your balls while giving you a hand job, where it's like something is just kind of happening all the time with a hand and a mouth together. But
so
like
simultaneous.
Yes, that's what generally feels the best to me, and what I also feel like feels the sexiest. I also like eye contact with a blowjob. Like, I mean, I will close my eyes sometimes because it feels so good, but I love whenever, if I'm standing or something, like someone's sucking my dick and then they look up at me and like keep sucking my dick while looking at me. Like, you're really good at that. That's something else that doesn't have to do with the technique of the actual blowjob, but I do think is really sexy. It's also not technique, but when women just tell me, I want to suck your dick, that also is like hot. So I guess technique-wise, a little bit of hand with mouth wherever they're moving around, but I like when there's like eye contact as well as telling you that you want to do that.
So all of the senses. What is that? Eyes, hearing, touch. What am I saying?
Well, smell's
Oh,
not
smell.
one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like
Yeah.
one to do with blowjobs, but
Make sure your breath.
sure, if the
Breath
room
is
smells
good.
nice,
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever, but
Okay.
that's the main things.
So no teeth. Oh, what about like? Okay, what about like spit, like dryness or like lube?
Wet is better.
Yeah.
No, like I like when I think it's sexy when like somebody is like really, like, someone will like kind of gag a little bit.
I was about to ask, is it good to gag? Like
To
do
an
you
extent. I feel like if
okay.
you were like every single time you were gagging,
Oh.
maybe it's like not, it's still sexy, but like maybe it's not as much. Like, but like when someone gags sometimes, like it's really saliva-y, I do think that's sexy.
What about deep throating? Is deep throating like really?
I
Tell
feel
me the
like-
truth.
I
Yeah.
feel like maybe guys would not agree with me, but I feel like deep throating is sexy how it looks, but doesn't necessarily like feel good. It doesn't feel bad, but it doesn't like feel good to me. It's just like, it looks sexy. So
Yeah.
I don't like when someone deep throats me, like, fun, but it's not the part I remember.
Oh, okay.
To me. But I feel like this might be something that guys do not agree with me. I think that I don't know if guys would agree with me. But me, I will ask guys in the future and see.
Yeah.
But to me,
I'll have to ask guys too. Like, do you
I
like being
feel
deep
like
throated or
it's-
more?
I like more the hands and the mouth and like the part, because to me when you deep throat, you're not really hitting the spot that feels good on a dick.
Yeah.
Like the spot that feels the best is right under your head. And
So my technique, this is what I've been complimented on the most, I would say. So I'm using both hands, going up and down, lots of saliva, and my mouth really only goes like maybe an inch or two past the head. But then when but my hands go all the way down the shaft. So when I'm going all the way down with my mouth going at the same time, like I'm not that much is going down my mouth or down my throat, but that seems to be the consensus of what
Yeah,
most men I've been with have enjoyed the most.
Yeah, because your mouth is touching the part that like is the most sensitive, that feels the best.
Oh, and have your tongue. So my tongue is like kind of like
Touching
out at the same time.
So
yeah.
it's touching the part that feels the best, that's the most sensitive, but you're also using your hand. So it's like you're getting some of that shaft movement too. So like it feels, I think that's why it feels so good. And that's, like I said, basically what I described, like what I like. Your blowjobs are like what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Well, thank you. All right, what's the next question?
Tell me more. Tell me how good I am at sucking dick. Just kidding. Okay, what's something someone can do that instantly turns most men on at a lifestyle event?
Okay, so a couple. I will say this is more, we spoke on it a little bit earlier, but after that initial flirting, when somebody tells me like, I want you to fuck me, I want to fuck you, I want to suck your dick, like anything that's like a super direct, like, fuck me type thing, that's one. I enjoy when we make out on the dance floor or something, and so this isn't a first move thing, but maybe you've made out a couple times, and then someone will grab my dick or kind of touch my balls, like, I guess usually it's just boxers because I don't have much clothes on, but like kind of touch you while you're making out. That is sexy. I like when people dance on you. I like when women, at the beginning, sometimes I feel like if I'm dancing on a girl, I'll usually hold her hips or like somewhere around there. I love when a woman takes my hands, like puts them on her boobs.
Oh,
so like I
okay.
know that like you're wanting me to touch you more. Same thing with like I've had women when I'm making out with them forward, put my hands on their ass, like because sometimes I work my way there slowly to make sure that the woman is wanting that. So when a woman just takes my hands and puts them there, same like that's sexy to me.
I actually don't think I've ever done that.
That's
Now I know.
Yeah, I think that's sexy to me. Those are probably like the biggest ones. So it's like getting made out with, getting touched, and then women like kind of moving you
Where they want you.
Yeah, where you want to be.
Yeah, to signal like I want this to happen. I see. Okay.
Oh, I like when a woman takes my hands and puts it around her throat.
Does that happen? Does that happen outside of play?
Not often.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking about it, and I like that as well.
So whenever I do that, I either move their hand or I'll ask them. Which one's better? Just kind of like slow. I need to ask though. I like when a woman asks more, because when a woman takes my hand and puts it on her throat, I still whisper in her ear like, "Do you want me to choke you?" Okay. Which I mean, either great. I'm not complaining. But when that gave me fanny flutters just right now hearing you say that.
When a girl will be like, "Oh, choke me," but I feel like the best would be like moving your hand up and saying like, "I want you to choke me," because then you're moving it where you want it, but I'm also not like asking you. You're telling me. You're giving me consent.
Yes.
Because
like you're almost there already. Because
Yeah, because like even with choking, to me, it's such a it can be such an intense thing that even obviously in my head, I know if you're taking my hand and putting it on your throat, it's a pretty good assumption that that's what you want, but I still don't feel safe doing that until I ask you.
Definitely
it's not a big deal to ask because it's always like a yes, it's fast, but I feel like if you move the hand while saying that, then that would be like the ideal.
I think that's what I usually do. I either ask or I'll start probably like towards like my boob and then I'll ask.
Yeah.
Or say, I want you to do this. But okay, next one is, what is the sexiest way a woman could let you know that she wants you?
The sexiest way?
It sounds like you want direct, but how direct, right?
The sexiest way to me, once again, I don't want a woman to do this the first second I meet them. Okay. But if we've talked a little bit, we're like, it's built. We're going on the dance floor and we're making out, and then you touch my dick, and tell me what you want me to do to you. I want to fuck you. I want to suck your dick. I want you to do whatever it is, that directness is what sexy is to me. Once again, I feel like it's also that thing of men always wanting women to feel safe. So when you tell me, I want you to fuck me, there's no like question in my mind. Like I can't even second guess like the moves you're putting on me. Like there's no question there anymore. Okay. So it is that directness, but at the beginning, I like that the flirting like we talked about during the first question to build up over just like the first time I meet you. If you did, I have had women do that though, that have made out with me and like kind of touched me, and I was like, well, that's pretty sexy. But ideally, if we talk a little bit first, that's better to me.
So if having performance anxiety, how would you prefer it to be handled by the other person you're with?
I feel like most women handle it pretty well. I think that it's kind of, well, I think that it's the man's job to say what would maybe help the most in that situation. So maybe for you, it's like, let me go back to my partner. Maybe it's,
For you as in, oh, maybe for the man listening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe it's I want to go back to my partner. Maybe it's, why don't you two go with the other person while I go sit here for a minute? Maybe I need to get a drink of water. Maybe whatever it is. Like I think it's the guy's job to just say what they might need in that time to kind of let themselves relax or whatever. And then for the woman just to like go along with it. Like, the one thing that I would hate is if a woman was like, no, like I'll get you hard, just like stay there. And like I think that that like I've never had a woman do that to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would make me feel like even more pressure. So it's just the guy saying, and even if the woman is like, oh, if they're having trouble, like what's sexy you, what do you need? And then letting the guy should be able to voice how they feel and say, I need a break. Oh, maybe that's something they really like. Oh, will you kiss me? Will you make out with me? Like, let me eat you out. Like, whatever it is. And going along with that is probably the most helpful thing, because that's generally how you get out of your head. But also when women just like don't make you feel bad about it. Like, it's just, oh, it's no big deal. It's no problem. Like, it happens. Like, because it does happen, right? Like, it happens sometimes. And that's a thing. And I think it's just different things like can help different people. So maybe sometimes getting a double blowjob is what helps you. Maybe sometimes I don't know. Not I'm saying like maybe sometimes going and standing over like and watching is what helps you.
You get the double
like,
yet?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like maybe going getting water and
Yeah,
just like
right.
clearing, like whatever it may be. There's like certain things that just like do something for you. So maybe there's something certain, like maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but like whatever it is, like being able to voice that in a respectful way, and everyone just kind of just like you would a rule and boundary, right? Just like respecting what that person like, and like if they ask, hey, can you do this, and you don't feel comfortable, obviously no, don't do that. But like just letting the man say how they're feeling, and then respecting that. And if what they ask is something that's sexy to you or fun to you, then keep going along with that. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's just.
So not making it a big deal and not trying to prove that like, oh yeah, I can make you hard like that.
Yeah, to me that just makes me feel more pressure. And I don't want you to feel like, and it's the same thing of a woman knowing that it's not them. It's never them. Like it's not ever that. It's you. And so I think sometimes a woman's like, well, I'm going to make you hard. Like I can always make everyone hard. Like whatever it is. I think that becomes like it could be to some extent like the woman, maybe she feels like, is it something to do with me? And it's not.
Okay.
And maybe that's not the situation. I don't know. But I think that's the best thing.
And my last question is, say you're grinding on the dance floor and she feels that you're hard, what would be a hot thing to do? For example, like I'd want to turn around and make out and stroke it outside of your pants or your boxer briefs. Is that too much or is that hot?
Hot. I like this a lot. This happened on one of the recent cruises, and I really enjoyed it. So you can keep dancing with it. You can touch it, kiss me, all of it. But I don't think it's too much. It's personally one of my things I enjoy the most.
Is it too much if you go inside though? To me, I personally wouldn't go inside.
I've never had anyone go inside before. Maybe in like a certain circumstance, maybe it could be sexy if it was like for a few seconds. Like if it was like a long time, you actually even like a hand job, like trying to make me come, like that's too much. But I mean, I feel like if someone did it for like a few seconds, it could be sexy. But I definitely don't think it's necessary. I think doing it outside is sexy. And to me, maybe it sounds dumb, but it's like, oh, well, I want you to do that on the actual dick. So maybe we should go back now. Or like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's like almost is a, one
Signal.
of those, well, not even a signal, but ooh, it makes me want you even more. You know, like if you like, you know, like in speed dating, we always say that if you only have 2 minutes to talk to someone and you have more questions, you want to go find them later. I feel like if you did that to me, it probably makes me want to fuck you more. Because it's like almost like a tease to a sense. So that's my answer to that.
Hot.
Yeah.
Well, that was like a question from the last one because you were like, oh, if we get a boner, what happens? That's what girls like to do. They
Yeah.
like to dance on it more and they like to stroke it outside.
Yeah, which is funny because I asked the 2 girls on Temptation.
Yeah.
I was talking to 2 of them, and I said that's what one of them literally did. Like, was exactly what you just explained. And they're like, no, it's hot, it's hot. And I'm like, okay, good, because it's there.
And that is the end of today's podcast episode. Thank you so much for answering all of my questions.
Thank you for asking them. I think it's fun. It's fun to,
Like, get perspective.
yeah. And once again, like you said, this is my opinions. I told you the ones I think men might not agree with, but even the ones I think men might agree with, they might not. So take it with a grain of salt. It's just a fun thing. You guys know my opinion now, and I think that a lot of men agree with me on a lot of these things, but they might not. And
Ask
so,
your partner.
Ask your partner. Ask your other friends, right? Like, ask the other guys that you're flirting with. Like, ask them. It's not a funny thing. I asked those girls about the boner thing, and it's just a normal... in the lifestyle, you can talk about things that you don't talk about in normal life. And it's not like a funny or weird thing. It's just a normal conversation. So ask around. Find out. See if people agree with me or not. But that was super fun one to film. I really enjoyed that. So thank you for coming up with some fun questions. And now let's jump into Bella and Jase's
Weekly Obsessions.
All right. In the last podcast we filmed, I went first. So why don't you go first this time?
My weekly obsessions are, my first one is we made this state scavenger hunt. And so we live in Texas, and I don't know why, but maybe this is everywhere, but I feel like in Texas, we see a ton of different license plates from all over. So we have a running list in our like Apple Notes, and we have it as a little bullet point or a little check mark little thingy. And so we have all of the states there, and every time we see a new state license plate, we will check it off. And I think we've been playing it for maybe 6 months now. No longer than
I
that?
thought it's been less than that.
Oh.
I thought it's been like 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, because we were playing it, but we didn't have a list.
Yeah, around 3 months ago is when we started the list.
Yes.
I believe. So we have been playing, but yeah, we weren't keeping track. Around three months ago, we started actually playing.
And then we only have 6 left or something like that.
6
They're
to
all
8.
in
We have,
the
like,
New England states that we don't have.
Yeah, and we're also missing Wyoming and North Dakota. I think we're missing around 6 to 8. So we found around 42 to 44 of the states. We have Hawaii and Alaska.
Oh, we got those quick.
Those are 2 that I thought were going to be really hard. I've seen at least 2 Hawaii tags now, which is shocking to me here in Texas. Like, that's same with Alaska. So those are the ones I thought were going to be the last 2. But it turns out the New England states are the hard ones. Because also, we have to think, right? Like, Rhode Island is so small.
Yeah.
So there's not that many plates and it's so far away from us. So it's really fun, though. Bella also does this on cruises.
Yeah, I was about to say that other thing too is whenever we go on cruises, there's so many people on there, so we have the same list that I just like copy and paste into a new note document, and then we'll try to meet people or meet couples from every state and then check it off. Even when you're in an elevator, oh, where's everyone from? And it's fun. Just having a scavenger hunt or like playing the bingo, like just having like, little games like that. It's really fun. It's a great icebreaker too. Oh, I'm doing a state scavenger hunt to see if I can meet people from, you know, all of the different states. And I can't tell you how many couples that we've met and talked to. And everyone wants you to win, you know, especially swingers. Like, everyone's so nice and friendly.
And then it's fun, too, because if you do other countries, you get, like, bonus ones, which is pretty fun.
Yes, you do get bonus points.
So it's pretty fun.
And my other obsession is, so Jisoo is from Blackpink. And it's really fun because Blackpink as a group, they're a K-pop group, they haven't really done much together over the last year and a half, and they're all kind of doing separate solo things, but they're all also kind of coming out at the same time. So Jisoo has an EP that just came out, that is my like current weekly obsession right now. All of her songs are so good, and I feel like we kind of all sleep on Jisoo. Like I think Lisa gets so much attention, especially like right now, and then Jennie, and I feel like Jisoo kind of gets like we don't think about her as much when it comes to the 4 members of Blackpink, but her music is so good. And I love how Blackpink as solo artists are so different in the solo music that they make. Yes, I love that. And I think they're actually coming out with a song, or they're going on tour together soon. Sometime soon.
They're doing a world tour. So I'm wondering how it's going to work, if they're going to sing their Blackpink songs together, but also do individual stuff.
That's usually how K-pop concerts go. So it's probably going to be like that, which will be so fun.
Yeah. My one of my big obsessions is actually Alter Ego, which is Lisa's new album.
Oh, yeah.
And Jenny's album, as of recording this, came out like last night at midnight. So we haven't even heard that, but she has a new album that literally just came out. But Alter Ego by Lisa is Lisa's new album, and Lisa's always my favorite Blackpink member, and I'm obsessed. All the singles on there were really good, and my favorite song that wasn't a single was there's one with Tyla. I don't remember what it's called, but I love that one. And I also love, there's another one called Fuck Up the World. And there's a music video for that one. And so that's one of my obsessions is Alter Ego, the album by Lisa. And then out of nowhere, I didn't know they were making it. There was a new Bridget Jones movie that came out on Valentine's Day. I love the Bridget Jones movies. If you've never seen them and you like romantic comedies, watch them from the beginning. They're all equally as good. And there's a new one that came out this year called All About a Boy, Bridget Jones' All About a Boy. And it was just sweet. It was life later on after the last movie ended, and I really enjoyed it. I think the Bridget Jones movies are always just so fun and sweet and funny. And I love Renee Zellweger, that's her name, right? Mm-hmm. I love her as the character Bridget Jones. That's my other obsession. I said, and the crazy thing is, I saw a week before, I was like, a Bridget Jones movie? What do you mean? And then it just came out the next week. And so that is my other obsession, was the Bridget Jones movie. But that was our weekly obsessions. That is questions women in the lifestyle have for men in the lifestyle. And I hope you guys enjoyed that podcast. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll hit you with the outro. Bye!
If you'd like to support the show, you can leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to our podcast. All our information will be listed in the show notes below and on our website, fourplay.com. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we make videos and vlogs about the swinging lifestyle. Head to fourplay.com/YouTube to watch and subscribe. We have the ultimate adult party game for the sexually inclined called Foreplay the Game that's both digital and physical. It's perfect for breaking the ice and spicing up any party. You can find more information at foreplay.com/games. We also have the best swinger lifestyle, kinky, and adult humor clothing and accessories that you can find at foreplay.com/shop. If you're looking to plan a lifestyle destination, booking through our links at foreplay.com/travel really helps support the show and helps us be able to continue to create this type of content for you. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and more. You can find all our current social media accounts at foreplay.com/socials, and I have an OnlyFans, which you can find at onlyfans.com/BellaLunaVIP. We also have a Facebook group and Discord community and would love for you to join us. You can find the direct links in the show notes below. Lastly, we're on STC and Cassidy at Foreplay, and you can get a free full membership trial by using our link. You can email us at hello@foreplay.com with any questions or comments, or head to foreplay.com/ask. Again, all our information will be listed in the show notes below, and we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. See you in the next one. Bye!